Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Devotions. And it is day one, and what a day it is. It's a day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. It's the first day of our readings for our Red Letter Challenge. And so go ahead and open up those books today as we continue to, we're going to start off our walk of 40 days. 40 days. It sounds like a long time, but being able to say we know that day by day, we're just going to pick this apart and being able to know this first intro days 1 through 5 are all about the keystone habits, being able to follow Jesus, to be able to look at Jesus and what he did for his relationship with the Father. How crucial it was, especially on day one, it is to be able to say for Jesus not to be alone. Yes, he was with his Father, but he also surrounded himself with like-minded people, but people with a mission to be able to follow Jesus and to be able to walk in faith with Jesus. And that's what we have for day one. It's the overview, and then we'll get this in day 6 through 12, but here's the overview is commit to community. That's what Jesus did. He committed to community. He could have done anything he wanted. He could have healed and just been the one-man show, but that's not what he did. He surrounded himself with followers. He surrounded himself with people that he was going to transform. He surrounded himself with people that he was going to send out in his name with power and authority. And we get to find that in Mark chapter 3, verse 13. I want to read this to you so you just know the disciples, as they called here apostles. Apostles mean sent one. Disciples mean those who are disciplined. So Jesus calls his disciples, the 12, he calls them close. He's going to disciple them, discipline them with certain habits, certain walks, and then he's going to send them by power and authority in his name. So it says this in verse 13 of Mark chapter 3. Jesus went up on a mountainside and called to him those he wanted, and they came to him. He appointed 12, designating them apostles, that they might be with him and that he might send them out to preach and to have authority to drive out demons. These are the 12 he appointed, he called. Simon, to whom he gave the name Peter. James, son of Zebedee, and his brother John. To them he gave the name Boanerges, which means sons of thunder. Andrew, Philip, Bartholomew, Matthew, Thomas, James, son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. Each day there's going to be a challenge. Each day there's going to be a thought. And as we are on this first day of the being challenge, it's going to question where we are. Where we are, but who we're there with. The being challenge. Who are you being in life with? First and foremost, we know that we have to be with the Father. It was so crucial for Jesus' ministry that he had this relationship with the Father, because then it just poured out and exuded out into these 12 appointed. And then we got to see the 72, and then we got to see the 500, as you're going to read within our day one. But as you got to see, he surrounded himself with community. But the question for us today, and you can find that on page 35, it's underlined in red, it's a great challenge, is the question, is your community following Jesus? Is your community following Jesus? So we pick this apart. We think about our closest friends, like Peter, James, and John with Jesus, as they were the closest one to experience so many different things. Is our community, is our closest friends following Jesus? Because that has an impact. That has an impact on our walk of faith. Is our closest friends being able to have the conversation, whether they believe or not, but are they willing to have the conversation about how we follow Jesus, about how we make decisions? Are the next tier, as we're going to get into later in the study, is the next tier of those 12 friends or those 12 people around you, are they committed to following Jesus? The 72, the 500, well, I can answer the 500 for you. Because here we are at St. Paul Lutheran Church and School, of being able to have, yes, that many people, just about, not quite that many people doing this challenge. But we do have a community, a family of St. Paul. That is following Jesus, at least the best we can. But I absolutely love what Zach put forth here. He said that here's the community. You would think, it's on page 34, you would think that Jesus would have the smartest, most humble group of people around him, but that's not the picture we get. It shows me that community isn't always neat, it's imperfect, and at times it's tough and awkward. The people in our community won't always get it right. Your community won't always be fun or easy. You'll have conflict with people you are closest to, sometimes over serious things, sometimes over trivial things, and sometimes you'll fight over who's faster. So the question for day one is your community following Jesus? Because it's not going to be perfect. We're not going to get it right. It's not just always perfect relationships, but the most essential thing in a community and the people surrounding you and the people that maybe you're even leading is your community following Jesus. It's essential to follow Jesus because we get to learn from him. We get to be discipled by him. We get to be sent by him, called by him to be able to live a life like him. So is your community following Jesus, being with Jesus? Are you following Jesus, being with Jesus? A great question to ponder, but a great calling on our lives to have purpose in our lives as well, as we fix our eyes on Jesus. So welcome to the Being Challenge, the day one of day 40s. It is Fat Tuesday. It's a day that the Lord has made. It's my birthday. What a day this is. But we're going to kick it off day one to be able to ask that question: is your community following Jesus? Closest friends, family. If not, here's our prayer. Our prayer is that everyone around us will be impacted by the gospel and that they too would follow Jesus. Hey, brothers and sisters, blessings on the Being Challenge. It's day one. We're going all the way through day 40. Tune in every single day, Monday through Saturday. I know I'm starting on a Tuesday. We're going Tuesday through Saturday this week, but Monday through Saturday, so that we can be with God the Father like Jesus was being with his relationships with the Father, and see how that being relationship is going to impact the people around us as we walk by faith. Have a blessed day. It's the day the Lord has made. It's the beginning of the Being Challenge. It is Fat Tuesday. It's a great day because God is with us. Have a great day.